So previously, on Cloudy with a slight chance of dragons, some of our godlike heroes actually managed to reunite and find some new friends in the face of paladins of the same god that Fulgrim was serving. And they actually managed to sort of help him to escape out of the fallen city. Of course, he wasn't being transported to them intact, thanks to an unstable spell of Xios, but with the help of some magic stone that Agratar managed to give him to eat, he finally regained his limbs, although this time they are a bit more scaly than usual. His brethren were shaken by such a thing, and now they think that Agratar put some curse on their brother and are ready to fight him. What shall our gods do?
I was quite impressed by this change in the Fulgrim's appearance. And
Yes.
I wonder what he himself thinks about what happened. Because he ate this thing.
That is a very important question, but right now you have 3 angry paladins who think that Agratar cursed their brother. So I would advise doing something about that, but just saying.
What about... Yeah, go on.
I was gonna ask, like, Ludin had this transformation, you know...
No,
was
Fulgrim.
he, like, lower... Sorry. Oh, yeah, excuse me, Ludin.
Ludin had his transformation, yes.
Yeah, alright. Anyways, so Fulgrim, excuse me, had his transformation. Is he, like, back on the snow, or is he still flying in the air?
At this point, he's slowly descending.
Okay. And does he look cohesive at all?
At this point, he's in a sort of a trance, and the only thing that allows you to see him is that the intensity of the light is now very dim.
Okay. And so, like, how long do I think it's going to be before he reaches the ground? It's kind of...
It's gonna be like 5-6 seconds. Like, right now we're speaking in half a second kind of decision.
Right. And so the paladins are like, yeah, I'm trying to make sure I understand our situation.
Yeah.
The paladins, do they have their swords drawn and are like trying to slay Agratar, or are they just like, you caused this, and they're grabbing their swords?
Yeah, they are grabbing their swords, and they are very angry about what occurred, and they would try to put, maybe not to the sword, but to answer for his actions.
Okay.
By the way, they are in danger then, because he turned their attention from the wizard, and he had a chance to do something bad to them.
Of course.
Oh yeah, right, the old man.
I'm gonna wait. If they like leap at Agratar for sort of a reason, then I'll like. That's what Zeos is waiting for. He's like, I can't really trust these guys. They might just jump at Agratar.
Okay. So
he's
Xios is waiting. Danelan, what would you do? And at this point, we're just deciding our next actions before anything happens.
Yeah, I think I'm too impressed by this transformation, and I'm looking up and saying, "Wow, it's a miracle! He is alive again."
Okay, so you ignore the banter of the paladins that say things about blasphemy.
Looking at me at some point, and I think that this change is not something bad, actually.
Sure, by all means. Now, Agratar, what would you actually do in this situation?
He's quite surprised by this transformation and the scaly features of Fulgrim, but noticing the quite disturbed paladins, he would make 1-2 steps back and raise his weapons in a threatening way. Stand back!
Oh. Interesting. So you raise your weapons. As in two. Right?
Both of them, yes.
Alright. When you hear a slight whisper from your wonderful sword, he says, "Let them come, Agrita. Let them come, they can do nothing to us." Okay. So, paladins do begin to encircle you, Agrita, and you see that the old man is also captivated by the scene of transformation, and is kinda... well, he mostly out there, but at this time he just doesn't care about anything, just looks at Fulgrim as he slowly goes down, and the paladins are getting closer and closer. One goes to the left, one goes to the right, another one takes a full-on mid-guard on his sword, ready to parry your every move. And he's getting closer. A couple of moments he's gonna be in a striking distance.
Yeah, when they begin to encircle me, then Agrita would leap at the first of them, at the nearest of them, and
Okay.
cut him with the sword right over the head, trying at least.
Okay. You wanna cut the guy with the sword.
Yes.
By all means. Use your sword.
Symbol.
That would be strength, yes.
Yes.
Alright. You do know what tends to happen when you use a sword?
Yeah.
Okay, just reminding you. Slight reminder.
Dread it coming, Paladin.
Yes. So by all means, you do murder him. Both of his brothers are trying to do something, and could you roll me your damage? We'll see.
Yes.
Just, if it's above 3, yeah, you murder them all.
Not above.
You just murder them all. Could you describe me how you're murdering them with the sword?
When they begin to encircle him, he leaps for the first one. I think he strikes him still in mid-air, comes in the snow to a sudden halt, leaps to the other one out of a crouching stance, and when the third one comes into range, he swings the sword high and cut him in half to paint all the snow around in a pretty nice gory blood.
Good, good. At this point, Fulgrim is touching the ground again, and the wizard is looking at all the bloodbath that you incurred, Agrita, and he starts clapping his hands, and he's like, "Bravo, bravo! You've cut all the foods! We can eat now! What do you want?" And he walks to one of the paladins and raises the severed limb. "Do you want a leg? Maybe a chop? Eh?"
I give him
no?
a little bow and say, "Surprise me!"
Oh. I'm watching all this massacre from a side and just do some facepalm.
Yeah.
Not again. This sword. At least let's try to load them.
Yeah, and at this point, Agrita, after you say to the wizard that you want him to surprise you, he says, "Of course. let me fix this and that, and he starts picking up limbs. And you see a very grotesque picture. He starts eating them, covering his face with the blood. Then his face changes. It gets features of something more of a shark-like thing with 3 rows of teeth. And he says, "I need more. I need lizard stuff. Come here." And he jumps at you. What do you do?
Quite surprised. I would try to hit him with a fist. I got the hammer in. Also not hit him with a hammer, but with a fist to knock him aside.
Okay. By all means, try to hit him. Yes, you managed to hit him, but there's a thing that can get in a way. Yes, that would be Danelan. You would hit the guy so hard he would be falling into Danelan, and he would probably do something horrible to his legs.
Not me.
So, in a split second, Dagwatar makes a decision whether or not to hit an old guy.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to.
Yeah, surprise gets over Akratar.
Okay, so you see that your punch was cutting it really close, and he dodged it and threw several limbs into your face. And the blood and the things that are out of it are kind of covering your face now. You're trying to wipe it out, but it gets into your face and eyes and throat, and just like everything is covered in red mist at this point. And Danelan, Xeos, you see that the old man was trying to give food to Agratar. He, for some reason, tried to kick an old man. The old man dodged and lost some of foods, so to speak, on the way. It got into Agratar, and right now Agratar looks really pissed. And he has his both weapons at the ready, and it looks like he wants to kick the shit out of the old man. Like, what do you do?
I watch from afar. That is what I witnessed him dispatch 3 paladins in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
I suspect you should be able to do the same with this man.
Yeah, you should. What about you, Dan?
I am crying. Hey, could you stop this, please? I'm trying to make some cooking here. By the way, do you have my ring recharged by this time, or no?
Which one?
I have only one.
Oh yeah, at this point you have only one, yes. I would say you would have 1 charge. Why not?
Okay, I'm crying to old man. Hey, I'm trying to make your waffle maker you asked me about.
Yes.
Could you please stop it doing this craziness and come to me and help?
He's like, by all means, I'll take the foods to you. And Agratar, you see that the old man is afraid of you, and right now he picks a more easy target. He rushes towards Danelan, and he's about to jump on him and tear at his throat with his shark-like teeth. What do you do, Agratar?
Oh, Danelan! I throw the hammer at him because it seems quicker way than.
Yeah, by all means. Throw the hammer. That would be strength. Yeah. So definitely, you do that.
I got 1 lightning charge left on it.
Yes, you do. You actually do. So, roll the damages. Not so good, but yeah, the second one is a bit better. So, Theos and Danelan, as you see, the old man is quite joyfully running towards you with your waffle maker, and some limbs of the fallen paladins, Agratar makes a war cry and throws a hammer at him, hits him straight up. But at this point, Wizard was kind of ready for it, so he pushed some weird ward in front of the hammer, but the force of the blast was a bit stronger than he anticipated because it was charged by the lightning, so the old man is being thrown away, but the same damage goes to Agratar, basically.
Ow.
So yes, you remember that lightning does ignore armor, so yes, you take 7. So both of them are thrown away for a moment, and the old man is trying to shake his head, getting slightly up, and at this point Fulgrim is also gaining consciousness, and he's starting to look around. Yes.
I inspect the man as he goes hurtling across the frozen wastes, or he skids, you know.
Yeah.
I see what he looks like.
Yeah, well, the old
Hedges and
man.
realities.
Yes, of course, by all means.
Right, this is at -2 because I've cast 2 ongoing
Yeah,
spells.
yeah, I know that.
All right, so that's a
Yeah,
7.
that is a 7.
Who's in control here?
At this point, that would be most likely Agratar, at least indirectly.
So how do I discern this? Like, describe it to me, right?
At this point, you see that the old man was not expecting what Agratar was doing, so at this point the advantage is on his side.
Okay, so does the man look damaged at all from this attack?
Yes, he does. He is chiseling on the cold plain, and some of the snow melts under him, and he's trying to recuperate after this strike.
I don't know if this is too much to ask now, but like, does he look like he's about to die, or is he still alive?
First, this is too much to ask. He looks damaged and a bit angry at this point.
Okay. Can I swoop down and backstab him?
You can definitely try.
Oh, well, guys, stop it, I am trying to block.
Well, you can't.
Yeah,
do this.
you can do several things, of course. That's your choice, Alan. So, you trying to make your way fast to him in order to backstab him before he gets to his feet, basically.
Yeah, I just swoop down.
Yeah, so.
Fly pretty quick.
Yeah, you want to fly pretty quick. So, how are you flying pretty quick? You're using your magics, right?
Yeah, I just like dive down. Like I've been hovering over kind of the center of us because I wanted to defend Fulgrim from the horde, and I don't know like kind of where he is, but I'm just gonna kind of dive down and level out just over the ground and carry him.
Yeah, so as far as I can understand, if you want to fly really quick, you use your concentration or something like that. So it would be either int or wisdom. That's up to you. Yeah, if you want to fly really quick to him.
Sure, I'll do wisdom. Let's see how well I can focus.
Ouch.
Okay, we'll get to that. Agratar, when you shake your head and when you are getting up from the snow, you see that Fulgrim is also looking around, and Danelan is shouting for everyone to stop it, and the old man is trying to get up, and you see that at this point he doesn't have any shark-like features or anything like that, and you kind of shake your head a little bit, blink a couple of times. But then you feel kind of a surge of energy, blink again, and once more you see this hideous creature that is really angry at you and is about to pronounce some spell. What do you do?
Am I near Denland?
Relatively. That would be at least 5 meters away from Daneland, and at least 7 away from Fulgrim. And Xeos is in the sky, so.
I'm watching Agrata actions carefully
Yeah,
from this
by all
point.
means. Yeah, by all means.
If he trying to do something bad from my point of view,
Yeah, by all
I
means,
want to,
by all
to
means.
jump close and slap him into face several times, maybe.
Yeah, sure. You can definitely try it. You can definitely try it. So, at this point, Xeos is flying towards the old man with the intent of doing something really bad to him. But the old man was a bit faster than Xeos anticipated, and at the point of impact, where you wanted to just nail him to the ground and pierce him with your jelly-like appendages, to backstab the fucker, you just found nothing. He disappeared into thin air, and where you landed, there was nothing. As if he completely evaporated at this point. And Agrata, you see the old man pronouncing some vile magics and pouring weird mist-like substance of green color in the air all around him, and you see the Xeos landed there and started coughing blood, and Daneland is also not looking that good, and Fulgrim is kneeling down again, and you understand that you have to find this wizard and kill him, whatever it takes.
How far away is he?
Who?
The old man, evil wizard guy.
He's invisible.
At this point, yes. At this point, he is disappeared just completely in the green mist in front of you. You can't see him.
That's
I carefully approaching Agrata.
And then you see right behind him are footprints on the snow. What do you do?
I put my hand to his shoulder and just want to calm him at least. I'm saying, remember, this is your sword. Your sin not what it appears to be.
And Agrata gets stabbed in the back by something really sharp that does 2 piercing, but I guess, not too much to him. But it is really painful, and when he turns around, he sees the old man with what looks like a chewed up bone of some creature. God, he chewed up someone's bone and using it to stab you. And his face is crazier than before. Right now, he even has ears of a bat. And he licks his sharp teeth and jumps at you again.
Back, Danon, die, demon! And I want to run him through with the sword.
Yes, by all means. That would be strength.
So evil.
Yes, he is very evil. So, Daneland?
Yeah?
Do you want to do something?
I want to stop him somehow.
You want to stop him somehow?
Yeah.
Well, at this point, you can interfere, but it won't be quite enough to stop him unless Xeos is also trying to stop him.
That would be a -2 total, right?
Now if 1 interferes, then it's -2.
Yes. So if 2 interfere, that would be -4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So,
So wait, do I see him?
yes, you do. You do see Agratar clenching his sword, and he is about to pierce the old man.
I glance at Fulgrim. What do I
Yes.
see?
You see him looking really, really disturbed, and he doesn't really quite understand what is happening at the moment. But he is trying to reach to one of the swords of his fallen brothers.
I rocket towards Agratar in an attempt to stop his swing.
By all means. So, both of you can interfere with Agratar by either using your bonds or respective stats. For example, for Xeos, bolting would be either Dex or Int, depending on what he uses. And for Danelan, I guess it's going to be either Strength or Dex, depending on what he uses.
Oh,
So let's see.
okay. I'm losing my dex. Yeah.
And at this point, I remember that I forgot to roll on some random shit after the 5 roll of Xeos. So I would do that.
That was a good fail. He like disappeared.
Yeah,
from me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My-
Well, I'll just see what's gonna happen. This is a slight sprinkly addition. Just like, okay, yeah. I know what's gonna happen at this point. That's a good thing. I get it. So, yeah. I'm waiting for rolls.
I think I rolled, but for some reason
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Roll 20 kinda, yeah, roll 20 kinda fucked
I
up.
don't know if you trust me, but I rolled 7 plus.
I rolled a 9.
It's okay. Just you can reload the page, and we'll just see it. I'm sure. But
I
at this,
don't. Oh, now Denlan has appeared. Yeah.
oh, it's actually a 10 for Danelan, for some reason, and yeah, and Xeos can also reload the page, and maybe we'll see his roll.
Okay.
Because yeah, roll 20 is kinda like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see my roll.
That is good.
Oh.
That is definitely useful.
My roll show up? No. Alright, well luckily I Gyazo'd it, so y'all can see my roll.
It's all right. You showed up in the game, so I'm sure like several seconds from now, your roll is going to appear. So it's all right. Either that, or we'll just believe that you rolled a 9. So at this point, attempt of murdering the old man with a sword is fucked up by the interference from Danelan and Xeos both. And some random shit happens on that roll, which is at this point is not 9 but 5. So random shit. Good.
Oh.
So the scene looks quite interesting. Is when the sword is being thrown slightly away by Danelan, and your feet are kind of being struck down by Xeos, so you wouldn't be able to reach the old man to pierce his heart with the sword. You hear the muffled cry of your weapon, like, "Those fools are trying to stop us. Strike them down, they're trying to stop us."
I'm shaking Agatha and crying, wake up! Don't talk to your sword!
Yeah, I think like I just look to Danelan kind of confusedly, like, you know, like part of what compelled Xeos to do this is like Danelan knows the most, right? So I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like following the leader right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
more. I can tell you more. I'm like a watcher of this guy with the sword.
Yeah.
You'll fill me in
reason,
later.
Yeah.
But like,
A
yeah, it's-
babysitter, maybe.
yeah, Zeos is just like, why don't we just kill this guy? I don't know yet. So yeah, go on.
So, Agrita, what do you do?
Um,
Your allies are trying to stop you from hitting an old man who just tried to shank you with a bone.
Come on, you can do it.
when they hinder me, I try to shove that Denlin back to get between Denlin and the evil wizard guy. Denlin, back! This man is evil. We have to kill him.
All right.
Raising the sword to get ready if he wants to approach.
Yes. That would be interesting. So, I don't remember have I introduced this mechanic to you before, but at this point we kinda in a PvP mode. So, we're gonna use the mechanic of two rolls. First roll is going to determine who is the NPC in this current situation, and the second roll is going to be just like we normally do. So, I presume Damon is trying to shake some sense into Agrita
Yeah.
using his charisma. And Agrita,
Everything I can.
yeah. And Agrita is trying to shove Danelin away to get access to the wizard once again. Right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't want to get through Denlin to the wizard, but I want to...
yeah, just push him away.
To protect him,
Yeah, just push him away. So,
him behind.
you using strength. So, Danelin rolls charisma and Agrita rolls strength. Whoever rolls higher is going to be the PC, and the other one is going to be an NPC.
Oh! No need to roll for me.
I don't know. Can you roll higher than that?
No.
No? That means Agrita is the player in this situation, and some NPCs trying to get in his way. So, you roll strength again, Agrita, in order to determine how well are you dispatching of this interference. Yeah,
Oh, well.
that is quite good. So, even if Sears interferes at this point, that would only lower it to a 7. But there's still a bargain. Yes. While shoving Daniel away, you see that the wizard is still trying to do something, and you can put yourself before Dalen, but he would probably manage to put this weird bony thing to your face and scar you. So, are you willing to take that? Or do you want to just leave Danelin exposed to the guy with the bone in his hand?
No way. I don't let them get to Denlin.
Okay. So you are scarred now by this slash of the bone. And Xios, Danelin, you both hear behind you the cry from Fulgrim, like, "Seize this cursed weapon away from him! He's mad!" And he's trying to rush towards you as fast as he can. And another thing happens, actually. The third party arrives to the scene. Well, at this point it's a fifth, but who cares? And it is, oh my fucking god. Say hello to my little boss. I didn't expect that, but let's see where this gets us. So, 7 tags for this guy, whoever he is, and he's definitely solitary, intelligent and cautious, a hoarder, and immune to, so I will reroll 1 tag for him, because he can't be twice solitary. even if he's an emo. He can't be mindless because he's intelligent, so reroll again. Devious.
Oh.
Yes, definitely devious. So, and he is immune to 4 things. Let's see what he is immune to. Air, pissing, electricity, and acid.
Oh, electricity, huh?
Yes. Well, this is definitely... Yes, I know what that is. This is a snow golem of a very powerful wizard, whose only role is to collect stuff. And at this point, he's just appearing from the snow itself, trying to hoard all the armor and weapons away from the paladins. You see him in the background. He's kind of consuming it into himself.
Do I see it?
Yes, you do.
I leap off of Agritar and attempt to fly behind it and slash down on its back.
Yeah, by all means. You are still invisible, and you do fly behind it. And what do you use to slash on its back?
I use myself. My body is a weapon. So,
Good.
Doing, arcs of like millimeter thin paint go,
Okay.
almost like a.
Yeah. You're piercing him with your paint.
I'm not piercing him, slashing him. With paint. Yes.
Well, yeah, I would say just at this point, like, judging by what he's made of and what you are made of, it just doesn't
I
do.
could,
Yes.
bulk up a part of me into like a hammer and smash it down on him.
That would be more useful at this point.
Sure. So actually this is kind of important for us to talk about. So slashing and piercing are the same here when we talk about resistances?
Not really, but at least what you can do with your body, it's more like a piercing.
Okay. All right. So that's fine. I'll write that down. So I cannot slash with my body?
Unless somebody is using you.
Okay. So yeah, I think instead look at his snowy form, it's like obvious this isn't gonna work. So I kind of like clump up as much mass as I can into my left and right, and as I fly over him, I just kind of smash them together over his form.
Yeah, by all means. Using your backstab.
Correct.
So do so.
Are
you choosing to do damage or okay?
Nice.
More things. Okay, just tell me what things are you doing to this poor creature?
Okay. Poor.
Maybe.
I remember all my shit. So my backstab deals an extra D8, so I will deal the D8, and I won't get into a fight with it.
Okay,
So
by all means.
6 and a D8.
Yep.
Ah.
So it's a 7, and you do deal damage to it, and you don't get into melee with this creature.
We're not quite done yet, because... Wait, let's make sure if this is a... Wait a second, where would I read that move right now? Dirty Fighter is... Yeah, that's just different. So I have Cheap Shot, which does another D6 as well. And I backstab. Or when I'm attacking with the precise weapon, my backstab is the D6. So that's the end of the damage roll.
Sure. By all means. He is very damaged, but he is still alive.
Yep.
And he retreats into the snow.
Okay, he goes away.
Not really. He just melds into the snow. You're not sure where he is and what he's going to do.
Okay.
And
just, like, hover above, waiting for him to return.
yeah, by all means. And you're doing that.
Get off the ground.
Yeah, you're doing that. And Dalen, Agritar, You're still near the wizard. And Danelin, you did hear what Fulgrim said, and he is running towards Agrata. And you, Agrata, when you were slashed by this hideous creature, you look back and you see Fulgrim is running towards you, and he's yelling something, but you don't think they're words. They're just mad cries of some crazed animal, and he's waving the sword in his hand, and it's trying to just chop either you or Danelin. He's obviously with the wizard. They're in cahoots. What are you doing? One is behind you. One is behind Danelin.
How far away is Fulgrim?
He's at least 5 meters away from Danelin. And the wizard is immediately behind you.
Oh my god.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
I
5,
see a large ogre in front of Fulgrim.
3. Good. You summon a large ogre in front of Fulgrim. What is the task of an ogre?
Protect Danelin.
Protect Danelin. By all means.
Nothing to protect for me.
It's fine. So the ogre does appear in front of Fulgrim, who basically runs into it, and then being pushed apart by a sudden appearance of the giant creature. Then the creature basically grabs Danelin into one of its palms, raises it to the face level, and then says, "Elf protect!" And you are now in the clutches of the giant ogre, Danelin, as Agrata is free to continue his fighting with the wizard. And Xios, you see that next to one of the corpses there appears to be a slight disturbance in the snow, and the sword that belonged to a corpse is beginning to sink in the snow. What do you do, Xios?
I smash the area around it.
You smash what?
The area, like, just around the sword. If it's being dragged in a particular direction...
It's just sinking in the snow. Just sinking there. Yeah. So what do you do?
Are there more swords around?
Yes.
I pick a sword up off the ground, and I let that one go.
Okay.
I dangle this sword about like 10 feet up off the ground.
Yes. And at this point, as you're dangling the sword, Agrata is once again assaulted from behind, but this very weird old man, but he does some damage at this point.
Ow.
But when you turn around, you actually see not one, but 7 old men, each holding the same thing, and they're laughing at you, and they're saying, "We're gonna cook you! We're gonna cook you really nice! With some strawberry juice and onions."
No strawberry juice. And I try to make a whirlwind attack with the sword. Try to whirl around my own and slashing with the sword in every direction.
Yeah, by all means. Do that. Just roll me your damage. Just how many of them do you dispose? Maybe you can dispose of all of them. No, you managed to dispose out of 4 of those creatures. Other 3 are trying to attack you. What do you do?
Since I'm dual wielding, I want to smack one with the hammer, the other one with the sword.
There's 3 of them, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like,
They got no 2 hands.
Yeah, I know.
I want to give the third one a smash with the hat.
Of course you want to. But at this point, they have the advantage because you were kinda in the middle of the whirlwind and smashing the brethren, so to speak. And at this point, you gotta dodge it, block it, or do something. That's the situation. And Danglin, from the high up that you are, you see that Xeos is dangling some sword over the snow. Fulgrim is once again jumping on his feet and running towards Agratar. And Agratar is fighting 7 old men? Oh no, it's actually 6 now. 5, 4, 3. And 3 of them are just about to stab him. What do you do, Dalen? The ogre that holds you is also looking at it. And he looks at you and he says, "Lizard fight." Yes. What do you do, Dalen? Your panther is down there, just looking at you and thinking, should I bite him in the legs?
Oh, I'm saying to the are we far away right now? I think we are close. To
You are about 5 meters from the ground, and at least 7 more away from Agratar. So yes, you are quite.
I'm saying to Ogre, pointing to one of the 3 old men. And I'm saying he wants to kill me. Protect me.
And Ogre clenches you with his both arms, getting you really close to his chest. Makes this protective motion with one hand over your head, and says, "Okay."
Not like kick him with your leg.
And Xeos, as you dangling the sword, you see that one of the corpses of the paladins, or at least what was left of it, he's been just cut in 2 basically, is also beginning to sink under the snow.
No, not the loot.
What do you do?
I think I just begin to loot all the remaining corpses
Okay.
before the snow thing gets to it,
Okay.
if possible.
So you, at this point, that would be like 1 partially complete paladin,
Sure.
and 1 just complete. Well, just thrown around, but complete paladin.
I loot the complete paladin first.
Yes. You get into the complete paladin, and you check in his pockets and everything, and you manage to notice this there. A very nice set of armor on him, but when you trying to actually examine it and understand what sort of armor that is, you see something begins to once again kinda appear from the snow. It's looking a bit shiny. What could it be?
Something shiny begins to appear from the snow.
Yeah, it's just like something that's really yeah, it just shines for some reason.
I want to, like, I think like what do I look like? I would look like kind of like almost like a blimp, if you will, like invisibly, just kind of the shape, and all these little like appendages are coming down and like kind of like sifting through the paladin's clothes and stuff. And I see this shiny object, and I kind of like wrap one of my tendrils around the paladin's arm firm, and I expel like the air from like the blimp shape, and I kind of yank him hard across the snow away from this object.
Mm-hmm. So you yank the paladin away from the objects that are appearing, and at this point you are a bit high in the air, at least 2 meters away, and you're starting to understand those are some really sharp ice shards.
Uh-huh.
And they're shooting at you at this point. What do you do? Like, you can use the paladin as protection, but I don't know. Maybe it will fuck up the armor.
Is he still like on the ground, if you will? Like, am I dragging him across the ground?
Oh, you...
Or have I not even...
No. You took it off. You're like 2 meters high up.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got it. I think what I do is I, like, yeah, with inhuman reaction, I kind of flow onto the back of this paladin and try to like make him starfish in midair, so I can just kind of like cling to his back and have him take all the ice daggers.
By all means. That would be using your magics and intelligence, so we'll see where that takes us.
Mm-hmm. So, this would be interwiz.
That would be int.
Okay. Not dex?
No.
This plan isn't so elaborate.
It's not.
This is just me using my body, right?
That's quick thinking, using the paladin as protection.
Very well. Okay.
Okay, that's not bad. Let's see, what's the bargain? Oh.
I have... Did I give the rapier to Danelin?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't have that. You have to roll something else. I have a pike. That's not really a weapon.
Well, we can either roll or just stick with the armor. What's your choice? Do you want me to roll or stick with the armor? No, not your armor. The one on the paladin.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wear it, so I don't care.
Okay, by all means. So the whole body with the wonderful epic armor is being pierced by numerous shards of ice, and you kind of throw it down because it's useless at this point.
Must not be so epic. I fly away, and I attempt to loot the other body.
Yes. And Agrita, at this point, 3 things are attacking you, and you were trying to do something, and I think you had enough time to think what you're trying to do, so let's do it.
Do
it, man.
One of them
Knock them. By all means.
with the head.
Yes. By all means, you use your hat and trying to knock them.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect knockout with the hat. And you throw them away. They basically fall on the snowy plain. And you see as they get up, there is no sight of the fall on the snow, as if they weren't really there. And you hear once again the battle cry from Fulgrim, who is rushing towards you. What do?
Fulgrim, get back. There's some mad sorcery going on here.
Danelin, Sears, you hear Fulgrim is crying, "Throw away the sword! It is twisting your mind!" And you, Agritar, are hearing, "Give me the sword! You're not capable of wielding it!"
By the way, I have one question.
Yes.
Agrita should have this kind of thing that can wield or drop the sword.
Oh yes, he has the thing, yes, he has it.
He has it?
Yes, but he's not using it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Can I use it?
You?
Distance? Yeah.
No, you can't.
No.
That's his thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying. At least this is what I can do.
You are now really protected by an ogre.
Tight protected by these hands.
Yeah, you're really tightly clenched to his chest.
I'm trying to Agrata just. What is kind of this keyword? Is this drop it or something?
We got one keyboard. Disable and one to let loose.
If you can't remember the word, you can't use it, so...
I do.
Sorry, Daneland.
It should be right in Agrata chart sheet, I believe.
Yes, Daneland unfortunately doesn't have access to this, and, and at this point he's unable to activate this.
I mean, like, you could probably spout lore.
Yeah, I can just remember it, maybe.
Yeah, you could try. I mean, I said it once in a while.
Oh yeah, sure, why not? If you really want to.
Yeah,
You can use your intelligence.
This
Oh, no.
Sword madness. Okay, let's hope he summons something.
By all means. Yes.
Ah, what'd you get?
Hey, that's not bad. You do actually remember that he has a bracelet of iron grip. And he can put it onto his arm and say the magic words, and then it would clench his arm to the point that the sword wouldn't be able to affect him. But at the moment, his bracelet is not on. But you do remember the magic word, which is Chvatai.
Okay. But that is for dropping?
No. It's for just basically clenching his arm so tight that he can no longer use the sword.
Okay. I'm using all the breeze I have.
Uh-huh.
Agrata, remember the sword, the bracelet, Chvatai.
Okay, so you're trying to call onto Agrata and just shake him away from the dreamlike state. And you, Agrata, you hear the words of your ally, and they do remind you of something, but you can't kind of put your finger on it. There's still a notion of Fulgrim and those weird free wizards. The sword whispers, "Don't stop. You need to protect them. You need to slay the enemies." And at this point, you can try to shake it off using your wisdom.
Yeah, I would try to, because I mean the voice of Denlin and the word gives him the glimpse on that thought or memory, so he
Yes.
catch that.
Let's see.
Trying to help.
By all means.
Wow.
It's still going to be a 9 even if you help. So there is a very slight, sharp shock that comes to your mind, Agrata, as you see that Fulgrim is not running to you, just yelling some random gibberish. He's running to you as well as you saw him, valiantly and bravely, with a calm look on his face. And the copies of the wizard, they kinda dangling the bones in their arms, and one of them says, "Why do you punch me, you stupid lizard?" And then, once again, the veil of weirdness comes back, and you see the teeth appear on all the wizards, and Fulgrim is trying to get close to you and rip the sword out of your hands, and the sword almost screams to you, "Protect us!" What do you do?
Oh, shit. That's hard. That's hard.
It is.
I think at this point, at least the memory of Fulgrim and this short glimpse to one reality gets through to Agrodown, and he wants to try to get the bracelet on.
Just to check.
Yeah, to check whether this is really evil doing here by those two demonic guys, or if it's actually
Good thinking, good thinking. As you're trying to do this, 3 wizards are getting close to you to shank you again, and Fulgrim does try to clench the sword into his arms and trying to rip it away. That is what you see and what you feel. And Xeos, you are flying towards another lootable paladin, and you see he is beginning to sink down. What are you doing?
So the snow creature got to him before I did?
It's trying to, or at least it's doing something. You're not sure. It's getting down really slow.
I tried to rip off all the valuables that it has before it sinks completely.
Okay. You take a glimpse and you're trying to poke on the paladin to try to check what does he have that could be interesting, and you notice yes, you notice a very useful piece of adventuring gear. Yes, definitely.
So, a piece of adventuring gear?
Yes.
I take it.
Okay. You snatch a small bag of adventuring gear away from this paladin, and the rest of his form disappears into the snow.
Mm-hmm. So, just for character sheet purposes, I'm typing down 1 use of adventuring gear.
Oh no, 1 bag of adventuring gear.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, I just kind of fly up and I, like...
Yes, you observe the scene. Yes, you observe the scene as you see a giant ogre out of nowhere who is holding Dalen. Dalen's panther is standing at the feet of an ogre. And Agrotar is trying to put some sort of a bracelet on his arm. And you see 3 wizard forms getting close to him. And Fulgrim is trying to hold his sword steady. So
Fulgrim's trying to hold his sword steady?
Yes. Basically...
Not, like, running at them?
Nope.
How far is he from Agrotar?
He is, like... I mean... at the hand distance, away from Agrotar. He's
not touching him anyway.
Yes, he is touching the sword at this point. He's trying to...
sword?
Yes, he's trying to restrain the sword in the hands of Agrotar. That is what he's trying to do.
I fly over and I dangle I dangle a use of rope over the wizards.
Okay. So you are getting a rope out of the adventure.
I just throw. Yeah, I get the rope out of the adventure gear and I throw it at them.
Like, how are you doing it? You cutting it into 3 pieces or what?
No, I just take a use of rope completely balled up and I just kind of like I stuff it into my body and then I just eject it out into.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, like, how are you doing it? There's 3 of them. They're not in the same place.
And well, I throw it. They're all going towards Agrotar, right?
Yes, they are.
So I throw it like, you know, just. So how far away are they from each other? Like.
That would be at least 3 meters.
So they're 9 feet away from each other, all attacking Agratar?
They are going towards him. They're not attacking him yet.
Oh, okay. So then I just throw it between Agratar and the closest guy.
Okay, by all means. You throw the rope between the Agratar and the closest guy.
Yep.
And Agratar, you are trying to put the thing on your wrist. What do you say?
Hot eye.
Good.
Cool.
So it clenches your wrist, and you feel the voice of the sword is getting muffled, and then it gets down towards nothingness, and the features of the wizard return to normal, and you see that Fulgrim is not trying to rip the sword away, but trying to hold it down, so you wouldn't be able to attack anyone with it. And you kinda in a haze, but at this point you look back and you see that the ogre is holding Danelan really close, almost patting him on the head with his other hand. And the wizards and the wizards are getting a bit close to you, but they no longer have bone-like weapons. They have small sticks in their hands.
Fulgrim, what is this?
Lower the sword, and I'm quite a little bit irritated
Yeah.
and exhausted.
Basically, your left hand kinda limps next to your torso, but the sword does not fall down. It just basically stuck in your left hand. And Fulgrim looks at it and says, "It is worse than I thought. This is not a mere sword, and it's not easily cursed, I think. It is a very powerful thing."
It is.
I make a careful little mistrusting step back from Fulgrim, eyeing him when he talks about the sword.
Yes. And he looks on your wrist and says, "It is a useful thing, indeed. Try to keep it on your wrist, at least for now. You are not thinking straight while you're using this sword."
Sometimes it gets the better of me. You're right. I keep it in mind.
Then he turns towards one of the copies of the wizard and says, "Do not keep grudge upon him, old man. He didn't know what he was doing. The sword was messing with his head." The copies of the wizard kind of sidestep the rope that Xeos thrown in front of one of them. They are collecting into one form. And he smiles and he says, "Well, it's not every day you're being struck by the lightning, but nothing a good meal can fix. So, even though we lost most of our meal," and he looks at the space where the bodies of the paladins were, "we can still do something with this bulb." And he points at the collection of rotten flesh that was left after the undead creature was slain. Fulgrim kinda shakes his head and says, Are you proposing we should eat this? And the old man said, of course! If you sprinkle it with a nice bit of salt and maybe some peppers, and maybe serve it with a good shrubbery, you can actually get a nice, tidy meal.
I'm just like, anyone? Hey, help me! And I turn to...
And Ogre looks at you in his palms and says, what is wrong, elf? Who is threatening you?
Danger is out of here already. You can put me...
Danger is out of here! And he looks around. Then he looks at you, Danelan. Where is out of here?
It's far away. No danger for me right now. Put me on the ground, please.
No danger? Elf sure?
Yeah. You can ask Agrata.
Who's Agrata?
The one who summoned you.
Somebody summoned me?
Yeah. It's another good story. We can talk about it later. Please put me down.
Oh. And you see that the shape of Giant Ogre is trying to dissipate, and you slowly just lower to the ground, and he's no longer there.
Okay.
Can I pet him and say thank you to him before he disappears?
You can get close to him and try to pat him on the leg or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Jim. See you again.
I'm so glad you are back.
I pat Dylan on the shoulder.
I'm glad you're safe. Everything right? All limbs and stuff?
Well, it looks so, but a little bit... just a little bit confused, maybe.
I grin at him and
Oh,
no.
by the way, I'm still confused. Can I remove this tag? Oh no. Oh. I just remind myself.
Yeah.
I'm confused for the last 3 sessions, maybe.
Yeah.
Can I-
That's what happens when you don't have rest, man. You just remain very traumatized by whatever is happening with you. It's hard.
Oh, yeah.
So, at this
Hey,
point, you see the old man is going to the the old man is going to the lump of undead flesh and trying to do something with it. Fulgrim is looking around and takes a deep sigh and says, "It is unfortunate what happened to my brethren, but I guess it was unavoidable. Are you sure you cannot get rid of this sword?" And he looks at you, Agrata.
Well, I don't know how, and I don't know if I want that.
I step closer to them and I say from my side, it is some kind of a cross he should wield by the mission he has, and I'm watching him at least as much as I can.
That was not an easy task, and he does not look capable of resisting its influence. I do fear the worst in the future. So if you want me to cut your arm, I would indulge you.
I could do this myself if I want.
But this is a wrong decision. This sword should be held by Agrata till the point when we need this sword to save the world.
It proved quite useful in the past.
And at least in Agritar hands, it's not as disastrous as it's some evil ones.
I do not think this weapon was invented to save anything, let alone the world.
You will be surprised how many evil things on our way we faced, and they do some kind of a good job of saving people. And by the way, what happens to you? And I point to his changed hands, limbs.
Yeah, he looks at them and he says, "That is my curse to bear. As long as I can remember myself, I was like this. That is why I never remove my armor, for not showing my ugliness to the world." I remember only one thing, that I took an oath almost 100 years ago. What happened before then was melted away by the blessing of birth. And since then I do serve my God with zeal. And zeal.
Ah.
So, Xios, I wonder what you doing at this particular moment.
Hovering above, absorbing the things that are happening.
Yeah. Just doing nothing. Okay.
There's
Okay.
nothing, like, I mean, I look around, there's the wizard, and they all just seem to be talking, yes?
Well, the wizard is trying to collect some of the undead stuff.
Yeah, I just shout to him, "You can use my waffle now! Don't forget it." And I turn to Agrita and point to this hands of Fugrim and just whispering to him, "I think this is good proof that we found him, finally."
If someone is the Chaos Champion, then he must be. All those two, who knows?
And I turned back to Fogrim and asked him, "Do you hear rumors about Chaos Champion who used to be a snake, a giant snake?" And I tell everything we know about the legend.
Okay. He says, "Yes, I did hear the legend of Yormongunder, but I have never seen him. Usually I spend the shining nights in prayer, secluded in the icy caves. I never go out on shiny nights. It is too dangerous and reckless to do so." "Neither do I," shouts the wizard. "It is really useless because you can't cook anything that comes up on shiny nights. I asked the locals. They try to slay one of the things and they just disappear. There's no meat left. Look at this. At least it can be cooked."
So you both never gone on the shiny night outside?
"I certainly do not," says Fulgrim. "Are you deaf, elf? I already told you that I don't," says the old man. "Come, help me with the waffle maker. Come on.
Yeah.
Do you have any fire with you? Or anything?"
Oh, not with me. Maybe you can do some fireworks?
Aww. Fireworks. Am I a cheap charlatan for you? Making fireworks? Just put it on the snow. I'll do something. And he rubs his hands. Just give me some space. Just slightly back away. And Fulgrim does back away in a bit cautious manner. So do you, Danelan and Agrata, do you back away?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It would be wise.
So the old man kind of creates some big orb of fire, and then he throws it towards the waffle maker that he filled with remainders of the creature. And then, at the same time, before it explodes into it, he jumps in the snow himself. And it explodes brilliantly, kinda flashing in the eyes of Xeos, who closes them for a moment. And when you open them, you see a giant crater in the snow. It goes at least 7 meters deep. And there's still no earth to be seen. And there's a whole bunch of water there. And the waffle maker kind of goes down into the water.
Oh no.
And the old man looks there and says, "Blast it! That was a good thing." You can't cook under these conditions. It isn't waffly. In any regards.
Nope, it isn't.
Yes. We should. Yes. We should make a snowflake party. I know. Who's gonna be the snowflake?
Not me.
Did you have a third friend who is always taking weird shapes? He can be a snowflake. Where's he at?
Looking around.
Serious? You were
Yeah.
there?
I am looking down. Like, does the paladin? What does he kind of look like? Is he on edge? Is he at ease?
At this point, he doesn't look like he's on edge, but he doesn't look like he's on ease.
Right. How far away is the paladin from the wizard?
That would be at least 12 meters.
I kind of fly down, float softly down, probably like 3 feet away from Fulgrim, and
Okay.
I reveal myself.
Okay. So you reveal yourself, you are no longer invisible.
Correct.
Good. And Fulgrim looks at you and he says, "Greetings to you, blob of
nod.
evil."
Yeah, I think he kind of like chuckles. And I cast mirror image, so like just 2 more of me kind of, separate from my form, and I say,
Step here. You can form this one to your wish.
and one of my clones just kind of steps out, like maybe like just 2 feet in front of me. I beckon toward the wizard.
Okay. And he's like, "Make a snowflake."
I say,
I know not. Show us.
He grabs a piece of the snow and he throws it at you. "Look!"
I say,
Wouldn't it be fun just to do this?
and I like step next to my own clone, and I take my hand and I kind of smear it one way, and I kind of like it's almost like clay, you know. I kind of push him into the shape of a tree. And
Okay.
of course, like the colors just do that. And I say,
I do know how to make trees. You could turn this one into a snowflake.
And he's like, "Nope! Don't need trees, need snowflakes. Make a snowflake.
Can I discern realities about the old man?
Yes.
I saw 2 there, and I was getting real nervous. Alright, so my question is he, like... My simple question is it obvious that he's, like, putting an effort to keep distance from the paladin?
No, he's not putting any effort.
So, like, he's not, you know, just trying to be an asshole and be like, I don't want to be anywhere near that paladin.
Nope.
For whatever reason.
He just wants a snowflake.
Okay. How can I get your character to approach me?
Can go
That
over to-
wouldn't be discernible at this point.
Do I still have 2 questions left, or did I use 1?
Nope, you didn't use one.
Okay. What here's useful or valuable to me?
Good question. I don't think he can be useful to you unless you make a snowflake.
What is about to happen?
He's about to make you in a snowflake.
So, like, what do you mean by that?
Whatever
Is
you
he
want it
gonna
to
approach
be meaning, I'm just saying, he's about to make you in a snowflake.
Is he casting a spell, or is he approaching me?
He's not doing anything yet.
I wait patiently.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to make a snowflake.
And yeah, and he's just like, here, see. And he grabs a piece of the snow, and then he makes sort of a spell and shapes it into a snowflake, but really big one. He shows it to you, and like, do this.
Yeah, I do that with ease. I shift the clone into that shape, and I say, I kind of look to the paladin, and I say.
And before you say anything, the old man points at Agrata. You scaly one, you play the violin! And you elf, you go on the drums and jiggle a little. And you little cat, I know you can't understand me, but I need you to dance really wildly.
I whisper to the paladin, do you trust this man, the wizard?
He looks at you and he says, the man is obviously not in his right mind, but he's pretty harmless.
I say, if so, could you touch him for me? I don't trust him.
What?
I say, if he is harmless, touch him.
Why would I touch him?
To prove your word.
What? What are you saying? And he looks at Danelan and Agrata. Are you sure everything is all right with this one? He seems to have crazy ideas as well.
Not exactly, but we had a lot of madness around, you know, lately.
And you hear a wizard shouting, that's why we need a snowflake party! Come on, snowflake, twiddle, twiddle!
Let's go.
Where's the violin? Come on, play the violin, you big scaly guy. Where's your violin? Where do you leave it? What's wrong with your hand? Why is it limping? What? Just play the violin!
I look that serious to him.
I got no violin.
Ah! Why, it's so wrong with you. All I need to do is one snowflake party, and you have to ruin it.
Maybe there's a violin behind Fulgrim's ear.
What?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? I'm talking about music here.
As they're shouting, I say to Fulgrim, I've no evil intent.
So they say, and he looks at you like with a piercing gaze, like, I know that you're evil.
Well, yeah, but I'm not acting, with evil intent.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
All this paladin guy knows is that you are evil.
I looked at Fogrim and say, don't you think this wizard is a little bit wounded? Can you take a look at him? Maybe you can have some hidden magic with you.
What?
Yeah, you know that Agatha fight him with this sword and this hammer. So, can't you look at the man if he is wounded and heal him?
By all means.
Because he's actually so mad.
And he's walking close to Agatha and checking on his wounds and saying, yes, you do like, yes, a little bit of some magic thing, probably lightning strike. I could attempt to heal you, if you want.
Aggro nods only.
That would be quite welcome. I'm feeling a bit dizzy.
He says, by all means, let's try it. And he closes his hands and touches you with them. And you see a shiny silver light coming on top of him, and he heals you for 10 HP.
Nice.
I thank you, Pilgrim.
I think this old wizard also harmed with a lightning bolt. Can you look at him as well?
Of course. Hey, old timer, are you feeling alright? And the wizard is constantly just walking from side to side. Of course I'm not! He doesn't have a violin! What kind of wizard is that? He must have a violin! You cat! What are you standing there? Come on, bring him a violin! Hey, you snowflake! Why are you not twirling, snowflake? Elf! Where are the drums? Where are the drums, Elf?
I'm listening to my Lana's thoughts about this.
Yeah, and Lana thinks, am I the only one that thinks that he is crazy? He's crazy, right?
We all know that.
Okay. I could bring a violin, but it's in the forest, so unless we stop freezing our feet in this cold plains, there's no violin here. And Fulgrim is approaching the wizard, and he's saying, calm down, old man, I would tend to your wounds. And he's like, who cares about the wounds? We can't have the party! Look at this snowflake! He's faking it! Obviously! He's not even sparkly!
We can see after that if you're a little bit better on your feet, old man.
So yeah, at this point just Fulgrim is trying to get to him and the old man is going from side to side. Like, guys, what are you doing?
Like, does it look like... at this point, one of the clones looks like a snowflake, and then one of them turns into a tree, and then I turn into, like, this owl, and I perch, and I just watch. And so does it look like that Fulgrim is just, like, he's not ever going to be able to catch this guy?
I mean, at this point, Fulgrim is very politely not trying to harm the guy by catching him or tackling him to the ground. And the old man is just, like, walking in circles, just like, ah, my violin! My snowflakes! Ah!
Can I
making
produce...
drums from snow.
drums from the snow?
Yeah, no, a drum-like shape in the snow.
I mean, yeah, you can try to make it. By all means.
Hey, I have something here. It could be our drum.
Yeah, and the old man stops for a moment and is just like, "Oh, it doesn't look like real drums, but have you checked the sound? Try beating on them." And he makes a motion in the air, like beating the drums. And at this point, Fulgrim gets close to him and says, "Finally," and touches him with his hands. And you see that Fulgrim is once again emitting a silver light. And the old man is apparently healed at the moment. And then you see that his shape is starting to kind of twist a little. And then the whole body of him is kind of covered by reflective substance. Then it starts to crackle a little bit, and you see almost a mirror-like surface created on top of the old man, and the whole of the Fulgrim begins to glow with silver light. And at this point, the effect is quite blinding, because the shape of Fulgrim is shining and the shape of old man is reflecting.
Wow.
And it starts to refract a whole bunch of different lights all around them. And do you look at this, or do you look
I
away?
close my eyes with both hands.
I watch this. I force myself to observe. It looks fairly beautiful.
It does, but your eyes are in a very big danger of being burned up by just over. I mean, you can use Constitution not to be burned, but I mean,
Yeah, I will have witnessed something no one else has ever seen.
yeah, by all means, you can try that. Yes.
Alright.
Too shiny.
Oh, okay. Would you really hate me if I tell you that you're permanently blinded?
No, but I did speak to you about hanging up the coat on this character, you know. So that'd be a fitting way to go.
I mean, blinded is not the worst kind of thing.
It's not the worst kind of thing, but it's pretty inhibiting. Like, I kind of knew the risk going into it. If you want to throw a curveball, you can. But if you want to blind me, you know, I think that's a good place to leave him off.
I mean, it is what's gonna happen because you failed miserably at this point.
Sure, no problem.
But of course, we are going to roll something. Oh, that is interesting.
Nice.
And it is quite fitting at this point that when everyone else, after the immediate sparkly things are kind of gone, is trying to slightly look back, you see a form of a giant two-headed dragon with skin completely covered with refractive coating, and one of his heads kind of breathing out light, so to speak, and the other one kind of sucks it in, and everything kind of disappears into it. Both hands, heads, look at you, then they look at each other, and they look at you again, and look at each other. And one of the hands said, and here I thought I forgot you. And the other hand says, and here I thought I was get rid of you. But never mind. No matter what spells you learn, you can't get rid of this shiny fucker. never mind. What are you looking at? And he looks at you, Agrata, Danelin, and Xios.
That's magnificent.
Now pat on the shoulder of Denlin.
It was quite a good idea, my friend.
And at this point,
My head out of my face. What's happening? What's happening?
yes, and you see this.
Is it safe to look?
Yeah. And you see this giant creature, like hulking all above you. And right next to you, there appears a small purple portal. And your beloved friend, Nalfarius, walks straight out of it, looks at you, Free, and says, "Ah, jolly old father, finally you figured this stuff out. And I was beginning to worry it's gonna take you at least a couple more weeks."
Yeah, this is a tough one.
It was quite a journey.
Yes, but never mind. Old Yormy here can be useful, aren't you, boy? And one of the heads that is shining looks at him and she says, "Oh, not fairies, is it you?" "Yes, that's me. It's been a long time since you've been whole." "Yes, it was. Why did you bring me together again?" And the other head says, "Yeah, why would you once again rejoin me with this fool? He knows nothing about useful things. He can't even cook well." "I can cook well as you. Just we cook with the same body." "Just stop blabbering nonsense. We're not cooking with the same body. Look at his hands." And he wraps his hands in the middle. "They are marvelous. They can cook. And you can't cook for shit." And he, the other head, waves the same hands and says, "Those are my hands as well. But you can't use them. For nothing, except, like, making weird things out of light. Why would he do that? Making things invisible is much more fun." "No, it is not. The light is there to shine in the darkness and lead people—" "Oh, shut up! And here I thought I wouldn't remember why I separated with you in the first place. Never mind. So what did you want, Nalfarius?" "Oh, nothing too much. Nothing too much. Just a small favor when we need it." "How small?" "Well, for you it would be really small. And for him," he points at the other head, "for him it would be slightly more, but still small." "All right." "I still want to eat." "We are not hungry." "I am." We have the same stomach." "No, we're not. You can't taste fruit for shit." "Really? Do you have any receptors in your big mouth, or can it only birth light?" I not birth... Just shut up."
Nefarious, can we get out of here? We leave them.
Yes, by all means. Well, at this point, some of you are not looking really well. And he looks at Agrata and Xios. I could fix some of this, of course.
To describe my blindness, is it blackness or is it whiteness or something else?
It's rainbowness.
It's rainbowness.
Yes, you permanently just see the image of rainbows.
Yeah,
You should be happy.
Yeah, I think like all of my clones say it. So does Echo.
Is the transformation over?
Nice.
Yes, it is, and you looked a bit too intensely on it. So, I'm afraid your vision is kind of blurred at this time. Probably permanently, but yeah, nothing some magics cannot keep.
And like you see all the clones like looking around different directions, you know.
Yeah. And
He says,
yeah, and he's like, well, I can return the sight to you, or if you like the picture that you're seeing at the moment, I could give you some more useful thing.
I say, am I aware? Is my character aware like of Nefarious and stuff like that?
Yes, of course.
Like
You know the guy.
Sense and all that stuff. God of chance. Okay.
Yeah.
I say, and what bargain would you like to strike? All the clones say.
Huh. No bargains. You did fulfill the quest from the Allfather, so you are all obligated to be rewarded. So I'm just doing my job here. I could return your sight, or I could probably give you a very useful thingy here. Of course, you can't see it, but it's really a small ring that would allow you to easily store at least 2 more spells. Well, at least low-level ones.
I say, yeah. I say,
Just mechanically, just 2 more points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, give me my best gift back. Give me my vision.
He's like, by all means, have it back. And you can see that the rainbows are slowly disappearing from your sight, and you're greeted by the giant creature of a very peculiar beauty that does represent a very magnificent creation indeed. And one of the heads looks at you, the one that breathes light, and he very carefully pronouncing words, because every word kinda makes a spark, and he's, I am a bit sorry what happened with your eyes there, but I was not aware of this talent at the moment. Now I did regain some of my memory, and I can... The other head interrupts and says, oh, quit cuddling with the guy. It's his fault that he got blinded. Looking at us is a reward of itself. Look at me, I'm so shiny. You are not shiny, I am. You're the one who consumes the extent of light. Oh, shut up, I'm shiny. I can reflect light, look at me. And he kind of wiggles his body.
Egratar face palms.
The portal is open and you told us to go through it. Egratar said we should go through it.
Yeah, not yet. Not Farius walks towards Danelan and says, and you, my friend, you seem to have lost almost all of your gear.
Yeah, and I asked already of your help. Maybe you can do it now?
I mean, I did help. But
A little bit?
I thought it was enough. I mean, I did teleport it away from human hands, and I did curse the humans, but I didn't know you would antagonize the Draugr. Like, why would you do that? And why would you wake up the Lich, of all things?
My fault. I was sleeping in a tavern at that point.
Yes. Well, I can obligate you with 2 items from what you've lost. Or I can give you something else, something new. That's up to you. What do you want?
Wow. I I definitely want my bow and quiver back.
Well, then it is decided. And he kind of pulls the bow and the quiver out of the thin air. And he gives them to you. And he says, just try not to lose them again. And if any lich ever comes up to you and says, where did you get those quiver and bow? You don't say that I gave them to you, okay?
Sure.
Good.
I put my quiver back, and it reminds me that I am gaining it third time in a row. Because I lost it 2 times already.
Yes.
Never again, I thought.
Yes. And he walks to Agritar. He looks at his hand that's kind of limping, with the sword that's still sticking to his arm. And he's like, well, at least you managed to do it slightly better than the last time. Last time it all turned out in a bloodbath. But at least, at this time, you managed to assemble our newest ally. So, I could give you something to negate the effects of the sword, or I can give you something that would provide you with more tactical expertise. What's your choice?
Everything in war is about tactical expertise. So I would prefer that one.
Well
I
then,
can handle this.
you're gonna love this one. And he kind of put his hand in the pocket and then gets out a very tiny book, almost the size of a chestnut. And he puts it in your palm and he says, just keep it in your pocket or anywhere. Just I can put it on a ring or maybe a small necklace. And whenever you need a good advice, you open this book and you ask about any tactical advice you need. Just be sure not to ask it within the battle. You won't like the size of the book when you're asking it. It's going to be really big. Okay?
It gets big in battle?
Nope. It gets big when you ask it questions. So I'm just saying, don't do it in battle, or you're going to be crushed under the weight of the book. Just saying.
I thank you. Thank you.
By all means. Now, so you wouldn't rest here for any amount of time, because it's getting frosty here. By all means, get in, laddies. There's still 3 more things to do.
I longingly look at the serpents, Yormongunder, correct? That's
Yes.
how you say it?
Yes.
As I pass into the portal.
And one of the heads, the one that does not spur light, kind of leans slightly to the side and looking as you are just disappearing in the portal. And then says, next time bring snacks! I want to talk to you!
I wave at them.
Yes.
Me too.
Maybe we'll see again.
So long.
And you disappear into the purplish portal, only to find yourself in a new kind of place.
Woohoo! Applause.
You are in the middle of the sea!
Oh my god, we never...
Near a barely inhabited camp, which would probably be... Yes, which would probably be a ship, not a camp.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So you randomly rolled this, right?
Yes.
So didn't I like give someone a key to some ocean city or whatever?
Yes, that would be Luden, but he's not with you.
Yeah.
Would have been quite interesting. Now.
It would be, yes. I would like it as well, but unfortunately it's not the case.
Yeah.
So I would transport you to the place that you are in, right here. And yes. At this point, you would be next to a ship, and I would just draw it slightly like this. Yeah. So it would be a ship, and you are quite close to it, but not too far. And you hear a thunderous voice of your father that once again announces your quest for this particular matter.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh no!
Oh man! Oh man! That's gonna be lovely!
Wait,
yeah,
what?
again.
You must protect the dragon, a great plague upon the land.
Yes, so
Okay.
you hear a thunderous voice of your father that says, "You must protect the dragon, a great plague upon the land. That is your quest here." And as the shining light from the sky closes to reveal once again a blue sky with some low clouds, you hear the voices from the ship there, and they shout, "There's people overboard! Quickly, turn the ship!" And they're going straight towards you. So, what do you do?
Wait, are we in the water? Or are we
Yes,
in the ship?
you are in the water.
Oh, great.
I get to swim close to the ship. At least I.
Yeah.
So,
I swim close to the ship and I want to like kind of. Okay, yeah, so here's my strategy because I'm gonna have to do this a bit weirdly.
Okay.
Don't destroy the ship.
So we're just kind of like teleport into the water instantaneously.
Yes.
I need to, as I swim over, because I have my clones, right?
Mhm.
I kind of bunch myself up into my mass, and I know my outsides are all slippery wet, right, with water.
Yes.
So I'm trying to keep all of the paint that hasn't had contact yet with water inside me as I swim. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna try to just slide up the edge of the ship using my paint that's actually sticky still. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's gonna be my strategy. Moving.
Okay. So, Agrota, Danelin, you see as Xeus is trying to stick his way up the ship, which is looking quite bizarre. And Danelin, you hear a sudden scream from the side. It's Liana. She screams like, "Not the water! Not the freaking water! No! Get me away from this! Get away from this! I don't want to swim!"
actually, I know she likes to swim sometimes,
Sometimes.
but she's just too afraid to swim in these deep waters.
Yes, at this point you're just in the middle of the sea, just like boom.
Yeah, I'm trying to help her.
Yes, by all means. So, as you approach the ship, and as Xeus is trying to lump his way up using his sticky parts, you see that the people on the ship are actually quite weird. They're not humans. They are slightly bluish light of skin. They have scales, and their faces are not having too many human-like features. those creatures look down at you, and one of them says, "Ahoy, Captain! They not seem to be of the sea folk. This one is maybe, but he's green and he doesn't have flippers. Who are you, man? What are you doing here?"
Get us out of the water, then we might tell you.
And we'll tell you everything, just help us, or we'll sunk here.
Well, pull him out. And you see another creature that wears some very very golden garments, and you can't really call it clothes. It's just pieces of corals and some weirdly shaped golden lockets and rings, and it kind of goes down. It looks overboard at you, and especially at Xios. What kind of a weird blob is that? Is it going to do something weird with our ship? Just don't make it dirty. That would be more work for my seamen.
So wait, hold on. I was like kind of spacing out.
Yes.
So what gazed at me again? A golden locked what?
Basically, the guy who he seems to be in charge, because he has the most trinkets out of all of them.
Right.
Some of them are golden, some of them are made of corals. There are some pearls on the strings there, and none of them seems to be wearing any type of cloth, so to speak.
Okay.
Just very dense materials.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're on a ship. And like, what time of day is it?
That would be middle of the day.
Okay.
On the
middle of the
weather?
day.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, what did Avatar say?
What's the weather?
Weather is fine.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, so the light from the Allfather was divine light, not sunlight.
Yes, it was
Okay.
quite divine. Different,
Alright,
so to speak.
Yeah, I thought like it was a cloudy sky and then the sun came out and then it goes away. Alright, got it. And on a boat, like, is this boat like what? Can you guys describe it? Is it like a pirate ship boat, or is it some other weird boat? Because these people are weird too, right?
I mean, the boat can only be of simple shape, because otherwise it would sink.
So it's made out of wood.
Yes, it is made of wood.
Okay. So, do these people have like crazy weapons on them?
They don't appear to have any weapons at them.
Alright, and I'm just trying to catch my surroundings, right? Is there anything like on the boat, like that just kind of jumps out at me, like barrels or nets or like food that they have? Or
There are some barrels, there are some nets, even some cannons there.
So like this is a big ass boat. Like,
Yes, it is. It is at least 7 stories high.
Wow.
Okay. Alright, cool. So he looks at me and I'm with the group.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And he says, "Oh, this thing isn't going to cause me any problems, will it?"
Yes, yes.
Right.
And he's mostly just, well, he doesn't want you to make his boat dirty. That's all.
I kind of like gesture to the places or to the path I've traveled, and I say, "I clean up rather nicely."
And he's like, "Well, maybe then you could teach my crew a trick or two, because they can't seem to handle that." Never mind. Just throw them something down so they can climb up. And they're lowering a small boat. Well, just a basic thing that you can climb into.
I grab the boat.
Yes.
And drop myself inside.
Yes. You helping Leanna, I presume.
Yeah, help that and help also get in.
Yeah, she's panting a little bit. And yes, you all end up into this weird shaped boat, which is still, it still looks like it was human made, but for some reason those creatures are definitely not humans. And they, with some help of the other crewmen, bring you up on the main deck, and the captain gets close to you and he says, "So, who might you be?"
He's looking at me or someone else?
At everyone. Just you are in the same boat, basically. You all.
The joke. Okay. Alright, Serge.
Yeah.
Did I lose a point of experience for that? That's how bad it hurt. So I say like just straight up, like, because he's that used to these conventions. He says, "I am Zeus, the god of paint," and he kind of like bows his head and like he does like a arm wide, and as his arm like kind of extends, like basically like a reflection of the captain appears like as a picture in his arm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Captain looks at it and says, "Well, would you look at this? It can paint. Interesting. And what can you do, scaly friend?" He looks at you, Agrita.
I came from the Lizard Lands, so was a warlord there. But I had to leave and traveling the lands now. I don't know how we ended up in this watery lake here. Sea.
Well, it's not a lake, it's a sea, and I don't know. Most people come here to hunt a dragon. So we did. We had to dispatch of some people here and currently sorting them in those barrels. I presume you eat human, right?
I shrug.
Sure, whatever you have.
Yeah, just nothing too much in here. Mostly our folk, or them stupid lads, just trying to pollute our seas with those weird things. And he points at the main deck and some cannons. They think those contraptions are going to help them. No. But there's still a problem, and we'll have to deal with it. And we need this weird thing, no matter how much I despise it. So, are you here to help? I presume you heard about the reward, right?
What is the reward?
Not really.
Well,
Just
Yeah.
rumors.
I thought that everyone in the land would see, but the Sea King posted on every shore the message that anyone who would help in the murder of the hideous dragon that appeared here several weeks ago is going to be handsomely rewarded with the riches from the bottoms of the sea. And if you are capable enough, and if you can, well, I don't know about you, scaly friend, or you, painting thing, but maybe an elf can operate this human things. It would at least be some help.
I say to him, excuse my hearing, but to clarify, anyone who assists in this venture is rewarded?
Yes, anyone who is going to assist us into murdering this vermin and getting rid of this from our wonderful sea.
Nods.
Where is this dragon? Where was it seen last?
How do you find it?
That's the most tricky part. The bastard always keeps to different parts of the shore, choosing caves and stuff. But he usually hunts in the middle of the sea. So we thinking we could use the ship as a bait of sorts, and maybe get a jump on him.
Good plan.
Why the dragon is coming out on the sea? No, usually, is he always hunting for ships?
Not really. He hunts for anything. Mostly for us sea folk. I guess he finds us tasty.
And you are roaming around a lot on the lake.
Not really. We managed to acquire this ship only a couple of days ago. It wasn't anything special. I mean, we did encounter another human ship, but we just used the blasty things there, and he once again points to the cannons, in order to dispatch of it. So it went to feed the fish. But there was no sight of a dragon. The bastard is quite tricky. He usually picks the nights, and whenever weather is a bit cloudy. It's hard to anticipate his attacks.
What sort of dragon are we speaking of? What is this? Did someone see him?
Yes, several of our men managed to see the creature. It is quite big and has several metallic parts in it. It's quite weird. We tried to shoot on it with various things from the sea, using our water ballistas, and even tried to bait it with some small fish and tried to use the giant octopus to bring it down. But it just chewed through the old man as it was nothing. Just a bunch of seafood.
I say, with how many men do you have to offer to this task?
You mean, how much money does a Sea King have?
I say, no, to this boat, to this vessel.
Well, there's enough of us to at least do some harm to the creature. And even if we do so, it would be easier to track it. Then we would dispatch the whole army to track it down and bring it to death, even if it comes to shore.
I say, so how many are upon this vessel?
Well,
We are the bait, yes, for the dragon?
yes, of course. Mostly the salted humans in the barrels are the bait, and we are going to be hiding in the lower decks.
Alright, so there's salted humans in the barrels?
Yes, they are
Okay, yeah.
salting humans in the barrels.
I like that. I say, so how many warriors do we have here?
At least 120. Plus me, and maybe you, if you want to gain at least safe passage to the shore, I guess. We're in the same place at the time, so we need to help each other. If a dragon attacks us, you better help.
And how did you plan to harm him when even your ballistas couldn't?
We would try to use the magical stones that our wizards managed to conjure. They say that they come from a different dimension, and they would definitely pierce any armor that this creature possesses.
Very well.
I say, I tamper with the arcane. May I observe this magical stone?
By all means. If you know some magic, you can be even more useful than I anticipated. Here, take a look. And he kinda gets from his coral loincloth several black stones, crystallic shards. So,
Crystallic shards that are black?
yes.
Yeah, I have like a kind of like player question, not that Zeus would know this at all. But remember when Etix had like that black shard thing?
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? No. Are we tying this together or is it something else?
It is related, yes.
Alright, that's for our viewers.
Yeah, go on.
Alright, yeah, I look at it and I say, foreign to me, but we have traveled long. Do you have a room that I may prepare spells in?
Sure, you could use captain's quarters. We stored most of things there, and there's at least one spot that's free for you to just, well, I don't know whether or not you sitting or doing whatever in your shape, but you could use some free time there. I doubt within next few hours there's going to be any attack, unless there would be more humans.
I nod and thank him, and I go to the room if he like just pointed it to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm following because I just need a little bit space to rest,
Okay.
and I thank him as well.
All right. So basically, Agratar, do you follow them? No.
I would like to ask the captain another thing. By the way, is the captain the most ornate guy with the gold jewelry?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
How long do you plan to stay out of here, out on the sea?
As long as we need. Until the dragon attacks.
Did he give us his name, Captain Blah?
No, she didn't give us.
Oh yeah. As I pass by, I was about to pass by. I say, "Oh, apologies. Your name." I'd be, he'd say, "I'd be thankful to have it."
Yes, by all means. My name is Pulun.
Okay, Captain Pulun.
Yes, Pulun.
P-U-L-I-N? P-U-L-O-O-N.
Just let me type it in the chat so it would be easier for you. Pulun.
P-A-L-O-O-N. Excellent. And I say, my thanks. And then I go into the room.
Okay. So, Danelin, with his trusty penta, following you. And Agratar, what did you ask of Captain?
How big is the ship? Really big?
7 stories high.
So
Yeah.
the ship itself, without the masts, is that high?
Yes.
Oh, then I want to ask him.
Captain, it might be a stupid question, but do you have a blacksmith on board?
That is really a stupid question. No blacksmith ever works on this dreadful vessels. All of them are deep in the sea within our cities. Do you want anything carved out of the corals? We have some weapons here if you want, but they wouldn't do any good against a dragon.
I hit against my slightly damaged armor and
Well, I plan to get this fixed sometime, but I guess I have to wait.
He looks at your armor and he says, "Is it some sort of ornate clothes that you're wearing there? It would be really uncomfortable in the sea." But
Yeah, some sort of. Well, doesn't matter. Thank you anyways. I
no,
would like to take some rest too, if you don't mind.
sure, like I said, we're not gonna have any appearances of anything, at least if the weather sticks.
Please notify us if your outlook sees something, especially a dragon.
Sure.
Thank you, good captain.
Don't mention it, but I would expect a lot of you to do some good in battle.
during this I would whisper or think the other word pusti,
Okay.
and during the conversation I would like to stroke the blade carefully.
Well, you won't be disappointed, one way or the other.
And the sword whispers, "Finally, some breathing space. Do kill those heathens slowly, will you?"
And walking away from the captain, I grin.
I think we have a plan.
Yes. And at this notion, we can start wrapping up the session as everybody retreats in the cabins, and we start asking the most important questions of all.
By the way,
Yes?
do we just to be on the same page,
Yes.
what is the number of this quest we are doing right
Number
now?
8.
8.
Number 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are getting close.
Okay.
Closer, at least.
Yeah, I hope we can do it a little bit faster than previous one.
I mean, how hard can it be to protect a dragon? Come on.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. We'll see. Well, definitely. First question for us is going to be, did we learn anything new about Mortal World?
Well,
Yes, there are sea people
definitely.
on boats.
Yeah, there are fishermen, and there's a dragon, there's a sea, and the fishermen store salty humans.
meat. Well,
Yeah.
this is something.
I mean, would you eat unsalted humans? I mean, that's not
It would
good.
rot quite fast, and it would
Yeah.
be
Exactly.
I know a wizard who can probably.
Oh, he would have a whole bunch of other ideas, I guess.
Alright, so that does count. And you did finish a given quest! Oh god, it's been so long! And you even managed to find a new ally, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing, but it is a good thing. So, the last, of course, but by no means least, did you prove yourself capable to achieve ascendance? Like, who among you thinks that he just
Not me.
did it?
I'm frightened with my alignment as well all the time.
I don't think anyone proved himself capable of ascendance.
Yes. Not too much action,
No.
at least. Mostly people trying to restrain Agratar from not doing too much damage. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, making these snowy drums would be nice. Not something connected with achieving their godlike status back.
Yes. But never mind. You'll have a chance later. And now we switch to less important but still important things. So, alignments. Cheers.
What do you think?
I think, yes. I think you actually did when you just mostly ignored what was happening with Danelan and Agratar, and especially with the wizard. You just don't care about the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that would count. And Agratar.
Nope.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet.
I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. And Danelan, just you're not helping animals, man. You just not.
Vice versa, if you
No animals around.
Yeah.
consider the ogre an animal, it was quite, yeah.
But someone protected me at
Yeah. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. At least you have this. So. Oh, all right. Well, then we go to the bonds. If anyone thinks that something changed, like Luden is a useless traitor or something like that.
Nope.
I mean, if anyone had any bonds with Luden, you can just cross them out. I'm just saying.
Xeos is still staying away from fighting,
Yes, Xeos does that.
so I'll watch him in the next session.
Oh.
Don't try to watch me. Let's see. I think like Agratar is evil like me. Potential in him.
Not evil. I'm chaotic neutral.
You just like
Of course,
you
of
just
course.
like literally just chopped up 3 paladins like it was nothing.
Yeah,
No batting an eye.
They wanted
Not him,
was-
just a sword.
It was self-defense, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeus isn't really like
Come on, they were asking for it.
even if Fulgrim was like the sword is evil and Agratar is being possessed or whatever, Agratar still fucking murdered 3 paladins. Like,
Yep.
that's my new bond with him. There you go.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about something with you, yes, but I will come up to next session and I will have in mind
Sure.
something.
I think next session is gonna be a little hilarious. I can't really say anything to Surge because I'm gonna surprise him, but
We'll see who's going to be surprised, shall we?
yeah, we will.
But never mind.
anyways.
I like your spirit. We'll see where it gets us.
Now I'm curious.
Yeah. And that is a good thing. So, does anyone has any questions, suggestions, or just things they want to say?
I am quite happy.
I am glad for you.
I'm impressed by this big creature we created, or recreated. I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
You help them reunite, even though they're not immediately happy with it, but it's better than the existence they were doing before.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can. Yeah,
it was
we can-
pretty cool to. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Well, I like the paladin actually. The
Yeah, and we're starting collecting dragons, it seems.
Yeah, I mean,
Now another one.
as if dragons are kinda in the title of our campaign, who would think?
I don't know.
I really hope this is not the same dragon we fought on the second session.
Oh yeah, and where the dragon Heraclius wanted to kill, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the army of 34 HP kobolds.
Yes.
A part of the army. I think
that was the guy. Yes.
Yikes.
we will see. I mean,
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I guess all I could say is it was cool to finally see a quest be completed, at least the one that I participated in.
Yeah.
I'm glad Zeos was able to help the way he did. Like thinking about it now, it would just been an awful slog through the undead hordes to get to Fulgrim, and you'd have to have dragged the wizard all the way there.
Yeah, that would be difficult. But then again, you kind of created the problem with the undead horde, so.
What? I didn't do that. That was Limited. Oh, Etix. Yeah. That was Etix. That wasn't Zeos. Come on, he's a different character.
Yeah, of course.
But it was cool to see it wrap up. I think my only critique here, like I don't usually critique these games. I say that for our Sundays, Surge.
Yeah.
But we're in the Frosty Wastes, and I know, I guess it kind of makes sense that Zeus maybe wouldn't be affected. But like, there was no like the cold is setting in. You need something to wear. Like, what do? I didn't feel like there was nearly enough of that for the amount of time.
I mean, you were already kind of fucked up, so I didn't want to mess with you anymore.
We were.
I have a good robe.
Yeah, they did have clothes, and I thought that Zeus is capable of not freezing up.
Well,
at least.
I still don't think there was enough of like, all right, it's getting cold. What do you do? But hey,
don't worry. If you feel like you didn't have enough weather effects, you'll have them.
Next time.
You will have allergies and something like that if you are in the grassy plain or the forest from the trees and stuff.
Anything else that I think? Play the whole thing. No, I'm not really too critical of this campaign.
Good.
That's good.
Like, I think I do have some stuff to say, but I don't think it's very relevant.
Okay.
So.
Well then, we'll just live it out, and I guess we'll just see you all next week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys, and goodbye.
Yeah. Have a nice day, everyone, or night.
Dalen, Avatar. I left you my plan in Discord. You can see my shenanigans if you want.
Okay.
Take care.
See.
Yeah.
Goodbye.